And third is we try to do affiliate partnerships or branded collaboration with the rest of the like different brands as well as different businesses. कश्मीर इतनी सुंदर जगह से. So I've been to Jammu, but I've never been to Kashmir. So it's my dream ki I'll definitely come one time. So we'll start at 6:10. Meanwhile, जो भी जिसने अभी तक अपना intro नहीं दिया, you can just write down in the comment box your name, where are you from, and what do you do. We'll start in just 2 minutes. So meanwhile, during the entire session, I'll be asking you questions in between. So feel free to just answer your like write down your answer in the chat box, and don't hesitate or shy कि दूसरे क्या सोचेंगे. It will be a very like basic session, and we'll try to keep this as simple as possible and as interactive as possible. So to make this interactive, obviously I'll need your help as well. मतलब मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, अगर आप सपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे, जवाब नहीं देंगे, तो वो एक इंटरेक्शन नहीं हो पाएगी. So I'll request कि whatever you feel, just write it down in the chat box. And the session will be about 30 to 35 minutes. Department. Okay. So I did my BTech from instrumentation and control engineering. In instrumentation and control. So it was quite similar to Triple E. So hope you guys can see my screen. Can you just confirm in the chat box?
Yes, screen is visible.
Okay. So hello, good evening to all and one present here. So I'm Anmol. So I'll be today talking about insurance. So first of all, like as I've already given you my introduction. So I'm Anmol. I'm a content creator on Instagram, finance content creator. So me and my partner, we started with like creating content on other social media handles as well. We started our company Finlight. So we did our BTech from NIT Jalandhar. Then we moved on to Kalyan. Then we lived there for several months. Now we are in Mumbai, Andheri East. So this is the number of following that we have on various other social media platforms. And this session is about health and term insurance literacy. So since you know that health insurance or term insurance, if you talk about insurance in general, the penetration in India is very low. So this is one of the most important things in everybody's life, but this is also something which is very underpenetrated. Most of the people in India are not covered with either health insurance or term insurance. And the session is all about to realize you the importance of health insurance as well as term insurance. So let's see what is health insurance, what is term insurance. But I'll start with a question. what do you think, like what according to you is the most important thing in your life? And it can be obviously different for every individual, but I would love to know in the chat box, like what is the most important thing in your life? What do you think, like is it is the most important thing in your life? So Deepak is saying family. Family. Keep the answers coming so that like it becomes also easy for me to interact with you guys. Tanish, health and family. What about other guys? Like you can just type it down in the chat box. What according to you is the most important thing in your life? So we have got 3 answers and 3 of them are related to family, health and family. Health. So since you guys also agree that health and family is the most important thing in every individual's life. Money, you can earn money, पैसा चला भी गया but दोबारा कमा सकते हैं, but health or family is something which is not recoverable or which is not कि उसको fulfill किया जा सके. So that is why this is something which is very important. And you know, like we talk about inflation. So inflation is nothing but the rise in price of goods and services over time. कि आज कोई चीज 100 रुपए की मिलती थी, now since inflation in India is say 5%, so next year the same price, the same good will cost me 105 rupees because the price has increased by 5% over last 1 year. So this is called inflation, and RBI has set a target that will keep the inflation between 2 to 6%. The target is 4% plus minus 2, so 2 to 6% is the range that they have taken to keep the inflation in India. But medical inflation, so there is no target for medical inflation. There is no one to look after medical inflation. And since last couple of years, medical inflation in India has been 14%. So 14% I can assume, or I can hope, yeah, I can assume only. In fact, कि आप लोगों की salary भी शायद जब से आप लोग जॉब कर रहे होंगे, since in this session most of you are working professionals, teachers, so you guys also realize that 14% तो salary hike भी नहीं मिलती किसी organization से. If you talk about like long number of years, so that is why if you are not covered with insurances, so medical inflation will eat up your money. Secondly, in India, major accidents on roads happen every 4 minutes. So you know everybody's life is so like is at risk. You never know. The roads in India are not very good. Everyone is driving crazily. Traffic is there. Population is there. Roads are constructed, but number of vehicles has increased. So major accidents happen every fourth minute in India. And major accidents means the accidents where people lost their life or they get like lifetime disability. So these are called major accidents, and they happen every 4 minutes in India. 80 million people in India are cured with diabetes, and you know, diabetes increases the risk of heart attack, cardiac arrest. So there are a lot of diseases which are associated with diabetes. So even though we are surrounded with so many problems, still we don't realize the importance of our health and family. And still insurance is very under penetrated segment in India. Around 3-4% population invest in the stock market. Around 10 crore people invest in the crypto market, but there are still very few people who invest in insurances or who have their own health and life insurance. So this session is all about realizing you the importance of health and term insurance, and will help you like gather the information about what is life insurance and what is health insurance. So I read this tweet a couple of years back, and I was very like disturbed by this tweet, and it is so like true. And all of us can relate who are from middle class backgrounds. So in India, if you are coming from middle class background, so you know that you are just one hospital bill away from poverty. Your life savings of investments, everything that you have accumulated over a long number of years with your hard work and dedication can go in just one hospital bill if you're not covered with your health insurance. As I told you, medical inflation is 14%, and कोई major disease हो गई, road पे accident हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए, in any emergency situation or in any circumstances, bad circumstances or unfortunate circumstances, one hospital bill can take away all of your savings. And it's a fact. It's not that मैं आपको डरा रहा हूँ, but it's a fact, especially in India. So how many of you guys watch IPL or watch cricket in general? या आपको आइडिया है क्रिकेट का IPL के बारे में? So Sai is saying, yeah, he knows about cricket or he watches cricket. I'm asking this question because then you would like be able to understand this example. IPL fans or cricket fans in general. चलो, since हम मानते हैं इंडिया में कि cricket is a religion, so I'm assuming कि all of you guys must be aware of about IPL. So he's Deepak Chahar, a CSK player. So in 2020 IPL edition, he suffered from a back injury, and due to the injury, he was not able to play in any single match in the IPL edition 2022. But still, he was bought for 14 crores by CSK, and even without playing a single match, he received the majority of amount. Like not obviously 14 crore, maybe 13 crores, but he received the majority of amount from the CSK team. Why? Because he is a centrally contracted player with the BCCI, and BCCI insures all their players, IPL players. In fact, BCCI insures all their IPL tournament as well. So last year, BCCI bought insurance worth 5,000 crores. So can you imagine that BCCI spent 5,000 crores just only in insurance? Like not they spent 5,000 crores. I mean, they bought the coverage for around 5,000 crores. So you know that even cricket players know that anything can happen to their body, or they can be diagnosed with any injury, because and this happens in cricket as well, football as well. All the players they themselves insures for any specific tournament. Even if you are a singer, many singers insures their voice as well. If you are an artist or dancer, so they insure their legs as well. So all those people who know that their body part, or if in fact their any particular skill is important for running or is important in their revenue creation, then they get that part insured. So this is just an example to realize that people can insure a particular tournament. BCCI governing body can insure their cricket players. So why can't we insure our health and life? So what is insurance? So insurance is nothing but a like product or commodity through which you can manage your risk, and it's just a tool or way by which you can protect against any financial losses. So I'll tell you or give you this simple example. So policy holder or people like you and me who buys insurance, so we are called policy holders. So what we have to do if we want to buy insurance, so there are a lot of companies in India, insurance companies, which are regulated by IRDI, which is the governing organization which regulates the entire insurance industry. So there are a lot of companies from SDFC, LIC, like Kotak, Tata, Max Life Insurance, SBI Life Insurance, and all these insurance companies, they have different number of products, insurance products. They can be health products, they can be life insurance or term insurance products, and there are so many types of insurances. Under life and health insurance as well, there are again a more number of insurances. But if you talk about like what is the process of insurance or how insurance works, is basically it's an agreement between an insurance company or a policy holder. So policy holder has to pay a certain amount of premium every year. So if I'm getting a 5 lakh insurance from the insurance company, so they'll or you can say insurance is nothing but a promise between both these two parties. So the insurance company will give you a promise that in case like certain thing happens to you, or if anything happens to you, so we'll protect you against 5 lakh of financial losses, whether it can be your health or it can be your life. In return to that promise, or in return to that obligation that will pay you 5 lakh rupees, you have to pay us a small amount of premium every year. So this is called premium. And 5 lakh rupees, the small amount that the policyholder pays to the insurance company, it is called premium. And insurance company, they gives the promise of a amount that will pay a certain amount of money if anything happens to your health or life. It is called coverage. So it's just an agreement between both these parties, and it happens on a premium basis. Like a policyholder has to give a money, and in the insurance company, they gives the promise of that coverage amount. So we see a lot of examples of insurance in our day-to-day lives. First is obviously, as I told, that major accidents in India happen every 4 minutes. Then if you are driving on the roads of India, you have to be very careful. So some bad day, unfortunately, you met with a car accident. So if you have an insurance, the company will pay 5 lakh rupees from their pocket, because they have promised you 5 lakh rupees of insurance amount, and in return you have been, or you were being paying, like say a small amount of premium to the insurance company for your car insurance. But if you don't have an insurance, you have to pay for the losses. Suppose the damage done to your car was financially, the loss was around 5 lakh rupees. So you have to pay that 5 lakh rupees, or you have to incur that loss of 5 lakh rupees from your pocket if you don't have an insurance. So this is how typically an insurance works. Example two can be related to your life as well. So if you talk about life insurance, so you were the sole earning member of the family, and suddenly something happens to you and you are no longer alive. So if you had an insurance, life insurance, maybe if you had bought a term life insurance of say 1 crore rupees, then after your demise or after your death, your family will get 1 crore rupees. But in case you don't have an insurance, your family will be in huge trouble, because at the end of the day, they themselves have to pay your liabilities, loans, bills, or your child education, child marriage, everything, all the future liabilities that they are going to have. So they have to pay from their own pocket. And if your family is not able to earn money, if they had if they were not in a situation to, like, if they don't had any financial backup, then it will be a very huge trouble for the family. Third example, suppose you had a property, and this happens that you must have seen in your localities or nearby areas as well. So there are a lot of bad incidents that can happen. It can be earthquake, it can be flood, it can be like fire. So there are a lot of times when the building can get caught fire. So in that case, if you had an insurance, you'll get the lump sum amount from the insurance company to buy a new property, because you had bought a property insurance. But in case you didn't have any insurance, then you have to maybe live on rent, or the financial loss of having the entire house that you had to, like, bear upon yourself. So in this case, आपका घर चला जाएगा, आपको फिर maybe rent पे रहना पड़े, या maybe you have to look after some other option. So this is how insurance works. It's just a promise between you and the insurance company. You pay a premium, and the insurance company in returns promises you that in case something happens to your car, your health, your life, your property, तो जिस टाइप का भी इंश्योरेंस है उस टाइप का उतने अमाउंट का you'll get the coverage amount. Now, from the examples as well, and in our day-to-day instances, as I told you, that it's not only about our health and life. There are so many types of insurances, whether you talk about car or motor insurance, travel insurance. So if you are booking flight tickets from Goa Bibo or Make My Trip, वहाँ नीचे एक छोटा सा इंश्योरेंस का टिक मार्क आता है. So if you have selected it, you will get the travel insurance of your flights. Property insurance, your shop or maybe your flat or home. Mobile insurance. So nowadays, if you have an iPhone, so again, that's a big obligation or big liability. You don't want कि आज गिर के वो टूट जाए. So people also do mobile insurance कि अगर screen टूटी या कुछ damage हुआ, so they'll get the coverage amount from the insurance company. Cycle, motorcycle, you can say, and bite size insurance. So if you have booked like railway tickets from IRCTC website, So you must have seen that 0.49 पैसे का इंश्योरेंस होता है, नीचे टिक किया होता है. So you have the option if you want to take that insurance of 1 lakh rupees while you are traveling in train, or you don't want to buy it. So bite size insurance, small insurances that you buy. Pet के case में भी हो सकता है, it can be pet insurance or anything. But today we are going to focus only on health and life insurance, because this is something which is very important, and we should be like you should be covered with health and life insurances primarily. और उसके बाद तो जितने भी आपकी liabilities हैं या जितने भी आपके बड़े बड़े महंगी चीजें हैं, आप उनका इंश्योरेंस करा सकते हो. But the most important is obviously health and life. So starting with health insurance. So there can be two instances. You met with an accident, and maybe you are immediately you have to you have to go to hospital, or you are in a serious damage condition जहाँ पे बहुत सारी injuries आ गई हैं, and now you have to get a surgery done. So there are first case that who will pay the bills. Will that person be able to afford that bill or not? और अगर अफोर्ड करने की बात है तो इतना ज्यादा सेविंग्स है कि नहीं, और either he has to break his savings or investment so as to cover up the hospital bill. So this can be scenario one. Or scenario two can be that first scenario is also about that you didn't had any health insurance. Second scenario is also that you didn't had any health insurance, but now since you knew that anything can happen to me, so instead of buying a health insurance, what you were doing for the last past years is that you were saving a small amount of money for future medical expenses, just like you do a regular SIP to buy or to fund a particular dream in the future. Okay, I'm saving 10,000 rupees every year, I'm investing in the stock market, mutual fund, so that after 5 years, 10 years, I'll buy a home, I'll go to a foreign trip, or you can fulfill any of your dream, or maybe you can just invest for wealth creation. So an individual can also keep some amount of money separately for future medical expense, but this is unrealistically, what I can say, not possible, or this doesn't make sense. Why? Because suppose even if someone is saving 10,000 every year just for the medical expenses, so medical emergency के time ना 5 लाख रुपए का bill easily बन जाता है, and this is a very realistic number. If you are living in a tier 1 city, tier 2, tier 3 तक भी a normal surgery or a normal cure of any disease can cost you 5 lakh rupees. And since you were saving 10,000 every year, so it will take 50 years to get that or to reach to that amount. So that's why saving a small amount of money for medical emergency does not make sense, and not having an insurance or just doing your regular investments hoping that कि कुछ होगा तो मैं investment से दे दूंगा पैसा, scenario one, this also doesn't make sense. So what makes sense is your health insurance. That is why health insurance or having health insurance in your life is very, very important, because you guys also told yourself in the beginning that according to yourself as well, health and life is the most important asset. So protecting your health is very important. So health insurance comes handy because it helps you in it helps you financially or getting a financial assistance when you are admitted to the hospital for any particular disease, any particular emergency, or any particular surgery or treatment. So health insurance is a must. Now again, how health insurance works, it works on the same principle on how insurance works. So you have to pay a premium every year, and in general, if you are buying a 5 lakh rupees of medical cover, Medicover, or if you are buying 10 lakh rupees of medical cover, so that basically means that insurance company will pay for your 5 lakh or 10 lakh rupees hospital bills or surgery bills in case something happens to your health, or in return you have to pay a small premium to the insurance company. So you pay a premium and you'll get the medical coverage of that particular amount कि इतने में कुछ होगा तो इतने amount तक का जो भी financial loss है, the insurance company will bear. Now there are two types of health insurance: individual health insurance and family floater plan. So a family floater plan is nothing but a group insurance for the entire family, because you know as a family that there is a very less probability that all of the family members will get or will get diagnosed with a particular disease, और चारों पांचों, अगर चार की फैमिली है, मदर फादर सन डॉटर, तो चारों को एक साथ कुछ हो जाएगा या चारों का ही एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा, प्रोबेबिलिटी है, बट इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल प्रोबेबिलिटी. So what people do is they buy a family floater plan. So suppose you have bought 10 lakh coverage for the entire family, कि अगर फादर को कुछ हुआ, से 2 लाख की सर्जरी हुई, तो बाकी अगर मदर को कुछ हो जाता है 6 महीने बाद 5 लाख की सर्जरी, तो फादर कैन बी डायग्नोस्ड और उनको वो 2 लाख का कवरेज मिल जाएगा. मदर को अगर 5 लाख का सर्जरी कॉस्ट आए, so she'll get 5 lakh rupees. So 2 plus 5, 7, and still you bought a 10 lakh rupees coverage plan. So still you have 3 lakh left coverage amount. So family floater plan is nothing but a group insurance or group package for the entire family, and it is based on the probability that सारी फैमिली को एक साथ नहीं होगा कुछ, so जिसको भी कुछ होता जाएगा, so amount will be replenished और वो उतने में से like माइनस होती जाएगी वो अमाउंट और लैप्स होती जाएगी. Under family floater plan, if your children are above 25, then they are not eligible to be a part of family floater plan. Then they have to buy their own separate plan or individual plan. So जब तक बच्चे बच्चे होते हैं, like below 25 होते हैं, तब तक they are eligible to be a part of this family floater plan. Otherwise, when they are above 25, then your children have to buy their own individual plans. So individual plan is only for one person, and that one person will be covered in that insurance, and obviously your age must be above 18 years. And in that family floater as well, family है तो obviously father mother 18 plus ही होंगे. Now, what is the best time to buy health insurance? And this is one of the most important or general question that comes into mind in, like, I guess सबके दिमाग में ये अभी आ रहा होगा. So the answer is that you should buy health insurance as soon as possible. Even though you are children, or if you have kid, or if you have say 1 साल का भी आपका बच्चा है, तब भी you should buy health insurance, because health insurance covers your health liabilities and anything can happen to anyone. और किसी की हेल्थ को कुछ भी हो सकता है. You saw कोविड में like सबकी हेल्थ खराब हुई, सबको कुछ ना कुछ हुआ. So कोविड जैसी प्रॉब्लम्स फ्यूचर में भी आ सकती हैं, and you never know. So that is why it is important to buy health insurance as soon as possible. So this is a data that if you talk about say buying a health insurance or at age 22, so you can see premium is a little bit less, but as the age increases, premium shoots up drastically, because with age the health insurance company also knows that the probability of getting you caught a disease increases. So जितना आपका एज बढ़ता जाएगा, आप बीमार होने की probability बढ़ती जाएगी. So insurance company को भी पता है simple math. So that's why they will raise their premiums. So it is important that you buy your health insurance, and there are so many other benefits, like you will exhaust your waiting period early. So when you buy health insurance, so insurance company एक group of diseases का वो बना देती है list. So there are say 20 diseases which we will only cover after you have bought our policy for 3 years. So that is what we call waiting period. Or there is a list of pre-existing diseases that will not cover these diseases for say for the next 1 year if you have bought the health insurance today. So वो waiting period और उसकी वजह से you have to buy early, so that when you are healthy, आप जब अपने 20s में हो, when you are young, when you are healthy, so that you can exhaust that waiting period early, and when you are prone to more like health diseases, तब आपके पास वो waiting period already आप exhaust कर चुके होगे. And obviously the first and the primary reason is the premium. So premium increases with age, so it is important to buy your health insurance. And if you are the say earning member of the family, if you are the responsible, or you can say जो घर चला रहा है वैसे वाले person हो आप, then you should buy a health insurance for the entire family. Maybe it can be a family floater plan, so that your children are also covered in that plan. And since majority of you are teachers or working professionals who are working in an organization, and आपका शायद already आपके employer ने या organization ने कुछ हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस आपके पास दिया होगा, बट स्टिल इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू बाय हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस. व्हाई? The reasons are the following. Because health insurance is something which is a cost to the employer, right? If I am the owner of the company, I am providing the health insurance to my whole employees, but after a few days maybe my company is not running well. So at the, like, at the name of, say, cost cutting, I have to uh, so I am removing all the insurance coverage to the entire employees community. So employer kabhi bhi hata sakta hai. Second reason is, most of the time the employer only covers you and your, say, wife. मतलब वो parents को include नहीं करते. So company might be excluding your parents. So that is why it is important to buy family floater plan, या उनको separately अलग से cover करना is important. Maybe you might leave your job, और अगर job हटा, तो maybe the next company that you will be joining, they might not be giving you the health insurance. So that is why you should have the health insurance, like आपका खुद का भी होना चाहिए, so that you can again those reasons that you exhaust your waiting period early. And it can only happen if you have your own individual plan. And in the future, maybe the employer can ask you that, since we are incurring the cost of the entire health insurance on you, maybe you have to pay 20% of the coverage, or agar kuch bhi 20% of the premium, or anything happens to you, so we'll only give you half of the coverage, या कुछ भी coverage कम कर सकते हैं, premium share करने को बोल सकते हैं. So anything can happen. इसलिए if you have if you are covered with health insurance by your employer, it is still mandatory, or it is still important to buy a separate individual plan because of these following reasons. Now, I don't want to talk about benefits, because you know that health से बड़ा कुछ नहीं है. And since you are getting insured by the insurance company, कि आपकी financial या आपकी health को कुछ भी होगा, तो आपकी financial health को हम देखेंगे. So it is important that you are covered with health insurance, so that you don't have to break your FDs, break your investments, or break your savings. और आप अपना पूरा जो भी आपकी savings या जो भी आपने asset build किए over the years, वो एक बार में चले जाए. Remember the quote that a middle class family is just one hospital bill away from poverty. That is why you should be covered. Second reason is tax benefits. Since you are working professional, so you might be filing your ITR, and under ITR, like income tax department, so there's a section called 80D, and in that section you are liable to get deductions of 25,000 to 1 lakh rupees, depending on the age of yourself, or you depending on your age or your parents' age. But you are liable to get a deduction of 25,000 to 1 lakh. You are eligible to get 25,000 to 1 lakh rupees of deduction if you have health insurance. And third point is obviously to deal with medical inflation, since it is 14% in India. So you can't, or you don't want to take a chance that you are not covered, and in case something happens, so वो medical bills का बहुत बड़ा बड़ा खर्चा आप खुद पे करें. So it is important that you are, or you should be covered with health insurance. Talking about life insurance, so you know what is life insurance, how insurance works, like what is the what are the benefits of health insurance. Now we'll talk about life insurance. So health insurance was related to your health only, that आपका hospital bill तक जो भी खर्चा आएगा वो. But in case something even more unfortunate happens to you, for example कोई भी individual है, उसका death ही हो जाता है directly, वो hospital bills या फिर surgery की ऐसी situation नहीं आती. So all the financial liability of that person, so suppose that person was the sole earner or earning member of the family, and he or she has taken some loans for the home loan. Maybe the family had bought a car by taking a car loan, or maybe they wanted their kids to get higher education in the future. They were saving, or they wanted to save some amount of money for their children's wedding or education, you can say. So all those liabilities, family liabilities, are going to fall upon the person who is not even earning. अगर आप इंडिविजुअल थे, अपने फैमिली मेंबर में अर्निंग मेंबर थे, तो सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज आपके स्पाउस पे आ सकती हैं, जो शायद लाइक पैसा नहीं कमाते होंगे, या फिर मे बी देवर ओनली होम मेकर्स. सो it is important that the earning member of the family, जो भी है, whether it's male or female, or even husband and wife both are earning, then both of them should be covered with life insurance if their income is important to the family. If your income is not important to the family, that अगर मेरे को कुछ हो भी जाए, still my family will survive on their own, then you do not need a life insurance. But if your income is important, if even a single rupee that you earn is important for the family, or is important for the future of the family, then you should definitely had to have a life insurance. So it provides a financial protection against your against the death of any individual. And most of us feel कि हमें कुछ नहीं होगा, या फिर हमें क्या ही हो सकता है, हम अमर हैं, है ना? तो you have to be optimistic, that's one thing, but being like being practical or reality को face करने जानना is also very important. So you should know that आज के टाइम में आप कल सुबह जाग पाएंगे कि नहीं, वो भी अनसर्टेन है. लाइक इट कैन, और लाइफ का डेथ का कुछ भी हो सकता है किसी के साथ भी. दैट इज व्हाई बी ऑप्टिमिस्टिक, बट एटलीस्ट बी प्रैक्टिकल और रियलिस्टिक. So what is the benefits of life insurance? It gives the protection to all the dependents after your death. आपका किसी इंडिविजुअल का अर्निंग मेंबर ऑफ द फैमिली का डेथ हो जाए, तो जो भी फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं उनको फाइनेंशियली प्रोटेक्ट करना. So if you have bought a life insurance of say 1 crore rupees, and that 1 crore rupees will cover for the cost of your family for the next 20 years, then at least with that 1 crore rupees, if you are not there, so 1 crore rupees will take care of your family for the next 20 years. So maybe आपका बच्चों का एजुकेशन हो जाए, वेडिंग भी हो जाए, और सब कुछ प्लान हो जाए with that 1 crore rupees. So obviously protects your dependents. Dependents can be your father, mother, father. They can be your family, maybe a spouse and your children. Tax benefits. So life insurance premium comes under section 80C. So health insurance comes under section 80D, but the premium of life insurance comes under section 80C. So if you are paying premium, you are eligible to get deduction of 1.5 lakh rupees under life insurance, और वो section 80C में. Section 80C also covers ALSS mutual funds, EPF और PPF और NPS section CCD में आ जाता है. But यह section 80C में भी बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं, and that entire limit is for 1.5 lakh rupees. So उसमें आप अपना life insurance का premium भी add कर सकते हैं, and that total amount will be 1.5 lakh rupees. Peace of mind. So जैसा बोलते हैं ना कि रात को मैं चैन की नींद सोऊं, and this can only happen if you have health insurance and life insurance, because like you will not be having a fear कि मेरे को कुछ हो जाता है तो क्या होगा कल का फैमिली का, because you are covered with your covered with life insurance. And this cover, like अगर cover होता है, so this cover will definitely give you a life, you can say peace of mind. Now who needs a life insurance? If you are super rich, मतलब इतना ज्यादा पैसा है, then you do not need a life insurance. For example, Bill Gates, because वो कितने तक का coverage ले लेगा. So super crazy rich person doesn't need a life insurance, because वो 100 करोड़ 200 करोड़ का coverage कोई insurance नहीं देती. So he doesn't need it. Secondly, who needs life insurance the most? The person who has some dependents. So dependents can be your father, mother, as I told you, your family members, like your spouse and children. So all of these person can be your dependents if your income is dependent for their livelihood or for the running of your family. If you have liabilities and loan, so you have taken some loans, maybe home loan or car loan. If you have some liabilities, maybe you want to send your children to USA for higher education, maybe you want अपने बच्चों का सबसे वेडिंग या शादी बहुत अच्छे धूमधाम से करनी है. So you have some liabilities. So if you have some liabilities or if you have some loans, then you must have a life insurance. When to buy life insurance? So same, like we discussed that while talking about health insurance, that is, it is important to buy health insurance in early stage of your life, so that you can exhaust that waiting period, and also the premium is less when you are young. Same happens in life insurance as well. When you buy a life insurance, your premium will be very less, and the best part is that there will be constant premium throughout the entire life. So if you have bought a life insurance at say 25 years, and you have bought till 65 years of age, then for the entire 40 years, the premium of the term life insurance, I'm talking about term life insurance here only, so the premium will be constant throughout those 40 years. So that is the benefit of buying term life insurance as soon as possible, because when you buy it at younger age, so the premium gets locked in, and you have to pay a constant premium throughout those next 35 or 40 years. So constant premium. And secondly, the premium is less when you buy early. And with age, obviously, the premium rises. So how much life insurance cover do you need? Uh, if you like, first of all, you can just calculate how much money my family needs on a monthly basis, or what are your family monthly expenses. You just need to calculate ki how much cash or cash flow my family requires on a monthly basis. So उसको ईयरली में कैलकुलेट कर लो कि अगर मेरी फैमिली को 50,000 रुपए चाहिए ऑन अ मंथली बेसिस, so as to cover all the financial liabilities or obligation, without compromising their, what you can say, living like style, lifestyle को compromise करने के बगैर. So it's not कि the expenses are only 20,000 but थोड़े बहुत शौक भी हैं तो वो 50,000 हो जाता है. So while calculating the coverage amount of life insurance, you should calculate the entire needs as well as desires and wants. It should not be your calculating only the needs as your expenses. You can also calculate your wants and desires in your expenses, but that should be reasonable. It should not be like super high. That expenses, wants and needs can should be reasonable. So suppose your family's monthly needs, wants and desires, they are around 50,000 rupees. So yearly expenses 6 lakh rupees multiplied by 10, plus if you have some extra loans or EMIs to pay, or if you have already taken some debts, so that you can add. So this is the minimum coverage that you require, and maximum can be yearly expenses multiplied by 25 plus loans and debt. So this is just a thumb rule or a basic rule, which will get you to an approximate number, which by which you can decide how much life coverage I need while buying my term life insurance or life insurance. Minimum is the 10 multiplied by yearly expenses plus loans, and maximum is 25 multiplied by your yearly expenses plus loans. And this is a simple example that if your early expenses are say 4 lakh rupees, so minimum cover can be 4 into 10, 40 lakh, plus loans if you have any. Maximum will be 25 into 4, 1 crore. But we'll always recommend that it should be 1 crore. It should be on the higher end. Why? Because of inflation. So in India, inflation is around 5-6%. So with time, the value of money will decrease. You will need more money to buy same amount of goods and services. So as to bear the future cost of inflation, or so as to protect the money getting depreciated with inflation. So just buy a higher end of the premium, higher end of the coverage. So we'll always recommend that you should go with 1 crore rupees coverage. And if your yearly expenses are say 10 lakh rupees, then 1 crore, or 10 into 25, 2.5 crores. So I'll suggest you that you should go with 2.5 crore rupees of coverage while buying your term insurance. Now there are different types of life insurance. ULIP is there, endowment plan is there, term insurance is there. So ULIP and endowment, this is, we'll talk in the next week in our next session. Term insurance, I'll give you a brief introduction about term insurance. So term insurance, why the name is there, term. मतलब term का क्या होता है कि अपने बीच में कोई contract हो रहा है, right? Terms and conditions. So we have some conditions in between the two parties. And who are those two parties? The insurer, insurance company, and the person, the individual who is buying the insurance. So they have a term, or they have some terms and condition in between, that the person will pay a premium every year to the insurance company, and the insurance company, they have set a coverage amount that you are eligible, or you can buy 1 crore rupees of coverage, and that person will be paying that premium according to the coverage amount. So let's suppose the coverage amount decided between these two parties is 1 crore rupees. So that individual person will be paying a certain amount of coverage, a certain amount of premium according to that 1 crore coverage. And if something happens to that individual, अगर उसकी डेथ हो जाती है, अनफॉर्चुनेटली कुछ हो जाता है कि जहाँ पे लाइफ उसकी नहीं रहती, चली जाती है, then after his demise, the insurance company is liable to pay 1 crore rupees to his nominees or to his family members. So this is a kind of a contract or a term and condition. So that is why it is called term insurance, and it is also for a certain number of years. So I'll be buying a term life insurance of 1 crore rupees for the next 40 years till I'm 65. So agar मैं आज 25 का हूँ, so I'm buying for the next 40 years. So I'll be covered by that insurance company for the next 40 years. मतलब 25 plus 40 means 65 की age में. So term insurance is nothing but a contract between insurance company and that person, and the insurance company has to pay a cover amount in case cover amount to the nominee. It can be wife, it can be husband, or his parents, or anyone, maybe children as well. So nominee को देना है in case death happens to the person insured, and the benefit is only applicable if death वाली situation हो जाती है, if the policy holder dies between the policy period. So it's not that अगर आपका 40 साल बाद, suppose at the age of 65, if आपको कुछ नहीं होता, then they are not liable to pay you even a single rupees. ऐसा नहीं आपका प्रीमियम वापस करेंगे या कुछ थोड़ा बहुत अमाउंट दे देंगे. No, either you will get 1 crore rupees or you will get zero. If you survive, you'll get zero, or if something happens to you, then you will get 1 crore rupees. And obviously, since they're covering you for 1 crore rupees coverage, so you have to pay a premium every year. So you can think of term insurance like a replica, a person who is just working for you even if you are not there. So आपकी death हो जाती है, आपको कुछ हो जाता है unfortunately, तो there will be a hypothetical person who will be paying or taking care of your family in the event that you are not present here, and that person will be kind of helping your family financially. मतलब obviously वो किसी का presence तो replace नहीं किया जा सकता, but all the liabilities, जो expenses होंगे, that person will be paying, and to keep that person, you are basically just paying a premium. So this is what life insurance is all about, कि आप जैसा कोई individual है जो आपके भी absence में भी आपकी family का ध्यान रखेगा, and वो ध्यान रखा जाएगा financially, और for that to happen in the future, in your absence, you just have to pay a premium. So this is a simple example of how a typical cycle of life insurance work or term insurance work. Your family yearly expenses are say 4 lakh rupees, and keeping the expenses in mind, your family or you bought a term life insurance of 1 crore rupees. You have a term life insurance, and you died in an accident, then your family will get 1 crore rupees by the insurance company. And suppose even they keep that 1 crore rupees in FD, so they will get 5 lakh rupees in interest every year for just maintaining their expenses. So एक तो बड़ा लमसम अमाउंट मिल जाता है, and they can just plan that amount, थोड़ा diversify investment के साथ. They can obviously use that amount to cover for the expenses or to cover all the liabilities for the next you can say at least 20-25 years, 20-30 years तक वो चल सकता है amount, depending कि वो कैसे use करते हैं. And the best life insurance, as we talked about, that there are multiple types of life insurance, but the best one is term insurance, and there is a reason for it. How much cover to buy? So according to our formula, as you as you must have seen, that 25 multiplied by your yearly expenses. So ideally it should be 25 multiplied by your yearly expenses, and like this is also the maximum that the insurance company gives you. 25 के ऊपर generally कोई देता ही नहीं है, So 25 is the maximum, and you should definitely target this maximum amount. And in India, what people do is they go for insurance as well as investment as well. उनको लगता है कि insurance investment mix कर सकते हैं. So there are multiple types of products available in the market that gives you some kind of a insurance as well, investment as well. कि अगर 65 की एज में आपकी डेथ नहीं होती, तब भी हम आपको कुछ 20-30 लाख रुपए दे देंगे, 1 करोड़ नहीं देंगे, बट 20 लाख रुपए दे देंगे. So this is just nothing but the mixture of insurance and investing. But when they promise you that even if you survive and आपको कुछ नहीं होता, and when the policy expires, still you will get some amount of money. और इंडियंस को क्या लगता है, हमारी मतलब आदत ये है कि विल थिंक कि 40 साल में प्रीमियम दे रहा हूँ, अगर 40 साल, तो यार 40 साल बाद मुझे कुछ हाथ में मिलना चाहिए. So this is very wrong mentality, because if you go for products like ULIP or endowment which promises you like मतलब पॉलिसी एक्सपायर होने पे कुछ आपको वो भी मिलेगी, कुछ अमाउंट मिलेगा, बट दे चार्जेस बहुत ज्यादा प्रीमियम, मतलब उनका प्रीमियम is very high as compared to your regular term plan. So that is why never mix up insurance and investment. When you buy a term life insurance, you are buying a plain vanilla insurance policy that doesn't cover for your investment, that you will not get single rupee after 65 if you survive. And the premium will be less, obviously, because they're only insuring you. They're not promising you कि हम आपको पैसा भी दे देंगे, investment दे देंगे कुछ. So, but all the other policies which gives you a promise that even after the age of 65, if you survive, but will still give you 20-30 lakh rupees. But the premium for all those products are very high. So that is why never mix insurance and investment, and always go with term pure life insurance, which is just a vanilla life insurance, you can say, pure vanilla life insurance. So this is the amount, 25 multiply yearly expenses plus loans. And this is our last slide. So ideal policy duration, it should be 60, because you can say most of the people जब वो 60 की एज तक रीच कर जाते हैं, they have their children, और उनका फाइनेंशियल थोड़ा liabilities कम हो जाती है, and they still children starts earning money. But we have observed this pattern or through data that if you buy even till the age of 75, so the premium difference is not very much. And since the life expectancy ratio in India has increased, कि आजकल कोई इतनी जल्दी भी नहीं मर जाता because of better health facilities or better lifestyle. So if you go on to live say for 80 years, then maybe like hypothetically अगर 80 साल तक कोई जी रहा है, तो he can try to buy a life insurance till 65 or 70. So the sweet spot is between 60 to 70, because 60 is the like minimum that you should opt for. मतलब 60 तक को होना चाहिए. 60 से 70 तक इसलिए we are recommending because the premium does not increase exponentially. So you can maybe try for 65 because that is the best sweet spot. And after 70, the premium rises very much. Premium exponentially shoots up after the age of 70. So never buy a term life insurance for like 70 years. 70 से पहले बेस्ट रहता है, 70 के बाद नहीं. 60 से पहले नहीं, because आजकल के जनरेशन थोड़ा लेट मैरिज करती है, तो 60 तक सबकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज रहती हैं फैमिली की. So that is why 60 to 70 is the sweet spot, and maybe you can buy till 65. So this is like all about in today's session. So we covered the basics of health insurance, basics of life insurance, what is insurance in general. But we also have a 2 days of faculty development program where we will be exclusively or बहुत ही comprehensively detail में जाके will covering health insurance and life insurance, and will telling you कि what are the parameters that you should look for while buying your health insurance and life insurance. And in fact maybe will help you personally according to your needs कि आपको कोई भी life insurance चाहिए, will help you buy the best life insurance. और एक personalization में आपका हम like आपसे पूछ के will help you decide कि आपको कौन सा life insurance लेना चाहिए according to your individual needs and requirements. So we have this session. It will be a 2-day session. So we are doing it in the next week, Saturday and Sunday. It will be from 6 to 7 p.m. Same time next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So this is the link from where you can register. So I'll share the link in the chat box. So this is the link, and also you can like check the all the details. So we'll covering everything in detail. इसमें बहुत कुछ cover करेंगे हम. Feedback link I'm sharing. So this is the link from where you can like check out all the details about the next workshop. So it's a 2-day workshop, and as I told you, two things that we'll be covering. First of all, in detail, health and life insurance will help you कि क्या क्या factors देखने होते हैं while buying health insurance and life insurance, health and life insurance, और बहुत 10-15 factors हैं, and even a single factor can save you say 50,000 rupees. अगर आपने factor अपनी पॉलिसी गलत ली, आप हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस अगर फिर बाद में करवाने गए, मतलब आपको जब कंपनसेशन मिलेगा, that can cost you losses of 50,000 rupees अगर एक छोटी सी मिस्टेक हो जाती है. So we'll help you identify that small mistake. एक बहुत छोटी मिस्टेक है, people usually do while buying health insurance. So उस सेशन में हम इतनी डिटेल में जाएंगे कि we'll help you कि आपके साथ कुछ भी ऐसा हो ही ना. And we will also help you buy personally कि आपको कौन सा लाइफ और हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस लेना चाहिए. So it won't be only a ज्ञान वाला सेशन कि बस बता दिया. So we'll also help you. So this is the link for the session, and this is the feedback form. So all those people who have joined this session, so you can fill this form. If you have filled this form, or if you will fill this form, so you'll get a certification from our end as well. So this course was in collaboration with Finlight and Scrollwell. So you will get a certification for this course, and also this feedback will help us कि हम क्या mistake कर रहे हैं या फिर what other things we could have improved. So do fill this form, and do check the link for our next workshop next weekend. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any question as well, I can take 1 or 2 questions because still we have 2-3 minutes. Tanish, okay. So you are a student. So what is your question? So this is the feedback form. If you fill this form, you'll get the certificate. So only those people who will fill the form will get the certificate for this course. Tanish, since I won't recommend you buying a term life insurance at this age, because you don't have any income and you don't have any financial liabilities, or your income still you're not earning, तो आपका income कैसे dependent होगा? So you can you should buy health insurance, and since obviously you are not earning, so just convince your parents to buy a family floater plan so that your entire family is covered. But you do not require health insurance right now. Maybe your father or mother who is a working professional, or whoever is the earning member of the family, or if their income is important to the family, then he or she should be covered with term life insurance. Rest anyone, if you have any questions, we can take 1 or 2 questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for the joining, and thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed something, or you learned something today. And do check out the like the next workshop that we are conducting next weekend. Sorry, this is the link. अरे वो क्यों जा रहा है बार बार? So yeah, this is the link that अभी भी वही हो रहा है. So this is the course link, and the above link is for feedback form. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you like in the next session, next weekend.